There we go. You missed it. I did a Kermit impression, and it'll never happen again. It's terrible. Mia, thank you for the 24-month resub. Happy 2 years. Morning, Hazel. After a foot of snowfall, I'm ready for a cozy mog farm. Oh, I bet. Missed it. Oh, unbelievable. Here, hang on. This is cold tea. We don't want this on the desk. That's not good vibes. Hide it up here. Oh, that's fine. That's good. That's good. Poor Dolly or Dot or whoever it is up there. It's surprisingly hard to point at things on camera. She fell over, but she's fine. This one. This has got some sound. A foot of snowfall. Oh man, winter indeed. I'm like 1 layer, 2 layer, 3 layer. Hazel Rito. This is gonna be good. Let's turn on WoW, shall we? That'll be a good idea. I've got big plans to get into AQ, drink some coffee, set up camp. I want to count how many characters I have left to run through for the week before I get to go back to Dire Maw farming. Nice and cozy. Jackson, thank you for the 45-month resub. Hello, how are you doing? Hello! I am not too bad this morning. It's going to be a little bit of a struggle to stay, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and perky, but we're going to do our best. And we have, 2/3 of a cup of coffee that I should have. Better a foot of snowfall than a snowfall of feet. I thought I initially read it as a fit of snowfall, as though like the weather just had a tantrum, which is perhaps an effective analogy. Let's see. We were running. Oh yeah, I had procrastinated doing it on Anthus because I knew he wasn't going to do Viscidus, and for some reason I wanted to put that off. Should I check auctions or something? Let's just run it on him. I do need to do my Love Broom chance for the day. I still need to try that, but we'll give it a minute. So yeah, 1, 2, 3 characters to run. It's really not clear what's going on with the Warlocks, but we'll do this, and then maybe we'll have time to do some dungeons too. You would think these computers would get tired of losing. It's true. Some characters would hit. Apparently not neutral. Apparently after hated is hostile. So I'm probably not going to be too fussed about it. I did that yesterday on, at the end of the stream, I did it on the Warrior because she had been pretty thorough about her rep, and I got her out of the 36k, and then it was like, wait, what do you mean I'm hostile? Actually had snow. Not a fan. It's cold out here, but the snow's gone, which I appreciate. I was able to actually drive to yoga this morning. Although, I get in my car, I start to pull out, and I'm like, something's not quite right. And then I realize I've made it all the way out, and I haven't put on my glasses, so I had to turn off my car, go all the way back up to my apartment, get my glasses. I tried to get them in the dark, and I tripped on Moose's dog bowl, and I sent his kibble flying everywhere, and then I just apologized to him and left anyway because I was running late. It was one of those kinds of days. I believe we still need a helmet from AQ 20, so we'll do this first. It's only realistic. You don't go from I hate this guy to I could take him or leave him. One step in between there. Thankfully didn't get as much snow as initially forecasted. Still enough to get some decent exercise moving it. There's a silver lining. Oh man. That's alright. we made it there. We made it there. And with glasses on, it could have been worse. I could have been halfway there when I noticed that I couldn't read anything. Not that, I don't know how important that is, but I feel like vision is probably fairly key to driving, even if you're not sure how badly you need it. So it's good that we stopped. Poor Moosey, when I came back in to get my glasses, he was stretching like he normally does when I come home properly, and it's like, oh man, you're back already, and I'm like, no bud, go back to bed. It's too soon. Too soon, Moose Secutus. He's very cute. He's always cute, but he's extra cute when I come home in the morning because, like most dogs, he does that thing where if he hasn't seen you for any length of time longer than about 10 seconds, he will throw you an absolute party when you get back, which is really nice. Still don't have my snow. UK meant to be hit by a snowstorm again. to be able to see while operating several tons of metal and combustible fuel. Although you wouldn't think that if you only judge how people actually drive. Given how a lot of people actually drive, it's almost incredible that there aren't more accidents, you know? There's something, someone's looking out for you. Well, I don't know who I am. It's early, I'm tired. It's a early morning. I just need to shift my schedule so I always get up this early so that I can get like regular good sleep. It's like I leave myself enough time. I go to bed early and I get to sleep just fine, but if I have to get up at 5:30, I will almost inevitably get up at like 2 or 3 and then only kind of like half sleep until 5 and then stare at the clock until like 5:30. And it's ridiculous. It's not like I'm getting up early to like take an exam or anything. I'm gonna do a thing I've done like 200 times. Just go to bed, wake up at the same time every day. It's a great idea that I should really start thinking about implementing. It's just hard because I'm very attached to the idea of sleeping in, even if the reality of sleeping in is not actually helping me feel any better. Learn a group, list a group, leave the group. Because this is just the only boss that we need here. We're looking for a Helm of Regrowth from AMS, and then we can stop doing AQ20 altogether. But not this time. Not this time. We're going to have to do it at least one more time here. So when we do AQ40, he does not need to do Viscous because he can't, and we won't even try. We're not even going to worry about it. I'm not going to bother trying to get him trinkets or anything. We don't really need it that bad. Sleep is a terrible thing. Almost impossible to keep it the way we want it. At least in modern times. At least nowadays. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure people have slept terribly in the past as well, but like, if you don't have electric light to allow you to stay up later than sundown very much, and if you have a fairly regular schedule, because that's just kind of how the sun comes up and down, and then you also don't have refrigerated food, so you kind of have to like get up and make food at the same time and every day, and then you're probably not eating late because you can't just I don't know. It's not a brand new problem, but it might be a new-ish problem. Haven't been here in decades. I'm assuming you cannot walk the other way around and save a few boss kills. That's a great question. It looks about equidistant to me. Or at least close enough as makes no matter. As I would say if I was George. My name was George. George would be a good dog name if your dog was curious. Or cat. I could see me with a cat named George. Hey, George. Cut it out. George, don't eat that. Dungeon difficulty. Oh, it doesn't matter. How'd you teleport out? I created a custom group and then left my custom group, which made the game think that I'm not in my group's instance. It's a bit of funky tech, but it works great. It works great for teleporting out of basically any dungeon that you want to skip back to the entrance of. I always feel like that one's on the risk table of getting fixed one day because you know, nobody else was involved. But, hello, good morning, Hazel and everyone. Good morning. Hello, Hazel. Hello. Happy. What are we on? Are we on Thursday? We are on Thursday because tomorrow's Friday again. Weeks are scooting by. Absolutely scooting. Alright, we're hoping for... I'd love to get the last piece from Vem so that I can start doing a different order on these. I need 3 more pieces from Sylphid Royalty, which is the most loot I need from any boss here. Outside of, like, the tokens and stuff, but tokens should be fine. I want to be playing during your stream and quickly sign up for the random group before you leave it. Always did it in the other direction. Try to only point things out if there's a large difference in time, and that one seems pretty close. Yeah, I think we're doing alright. I'm gonna try and pay attention, because yesterday I spent a lot of time, like, backtracking through these tunnels just getting turned around, so I'm gonna use my eyeballs, lefty and righty. Both of them. See if I can get into Sylphid Royalty and then back out on the lap. Once I'm on the ring, it's pretty hard to get lost or turned around, although I do manage. But at least until I get going, sometimes I'm in danger. Okie dokie. That one. I had this guy stepped on a neural, or I don't know, the toy that reshapes you, and he was a gnome for a while, and I kind of enjoyed that. I'm tempted to drop the toy again and go run over it until I get another gnome paladin. It was fun to be a gnome paladin. Okay, so first you. And you. Why am I in such danger? Normally I don't take any damage. Maybe I took fall damage at some point. Do it. Why do you like being puntable? He did fall 200 feet. That must have done it. For a terrifying moment, and I did not get any loot I needed. For a terrifying moment, I thought that my paladin's gear was somehow so terrible that AQ bosses were like killing him. It was a big concern. Coffee good. Why do you farm with a pally? I'm doing it on all the different classes so that I can complete the quests that give the tier sets for each of the, I guess the relevant classes. So the Druid, Hunter, Mage, Paladin, Rogue, Shaman, Warlock, Warrior. It's basically all the classic classes except for Priest because I did it on Priest already ages ago. Got killed by Cthulhu many times. My Shadow Priest dots are the reason. Shadowlands was late 2020, so early would have been late BFA. Yeah, because I remember early 2020 when we all stayed home. There was they didn't have Shadowlands ready to release yet, but they gave us the Winds of Wisdom. They gave us a leveling buff to keep us busy. Not done the sweeper chance yet. I was gonna do one run through of this first, and then see. You know, I have to get my psychic manifestation powers warmed up. They delayed it even. They did, didn't they? I mean, I feel like they kind of had a little bit of a workflow problem, like a lot of companies did, of transitioning to working from home in the midst of everything falling apart. But that was just me making excuses. Oh, whoa. That piece of armor, I don't have the Mog even a little bit for it. It's a harness, and worth about 10k apparently, although I am for sure learning it. Didn't know there was a harness I didn't have. I thought I had all the leather chest strappies. Or at least I had made a point to pursue them. I like Shadowlands a lot. Shadowlands was a great expansion for me. It had all of the things that I really enjoy. Great dungeons. I liked the Mythic Plus seasons. I had a great time in the raids. There was lots of collectibles. It was the Covenant thing annoyed me, but it didn't ruin my life. And then once they kind of finally relaxed and unclenched, it was really quite fun, collecting wise. Torghast was a great feature for me once I relaxed and once I kind of got into it for the cosmetics of it all, and I kind of had a bit more time for it. I really liked Torghast. Big failures for Shadowlands for me were the Maw as an outdoor zone. I thought it was absolutely ridiculous that it was a zone that seemed designed for group content, but then if you tried to just like get into a group in the group finder, it would be like, actually you're phased. Go back to Ouroboros and do it, and that was just the stupidest thing. I hated that. Korthia on launch was awful. Korthia after some patches was fine. I liked it well enough, and Zereth Mortis was actually a great patch for me. Yeah, 3 was awesome. For the theme of Shadowlands really depressing. I think one thing that helped Shadowlands for me is that I wasn't really a story person, so even if they were doing some wacky stuff with the story, I wasn't about to notice. Because I was just there to get like wings and birds and stuff. Maw accurately creates the sense of dread and revulsion. I did not put sockets on my gear in the first season, and I still managed to get my Keystone Master and ATC and whatever, but I did not put sockets on my gear because I did not grind Venari, because I did not go to the Maw, because I didn't want to. So I just didn't. It was endgame content that was so depressing. I was like, what if I just don't? And the answer is not. The penalties were not very bad. It was fine. And I didn't do Maw dailies or Maw weeklies really very much until much later, when we could actually mount properly, when the Eye of the Jailer was already more or less gone. As a Twitch, seems like I've been following since BF8 time. Love Najidar. Najidar and Mechagon, it's kind of crazy that they dropped in the same patch. That was the most stacked content patch for a lot of content. Like, it had a great mega dungeon, it had a great raid, but also like the collecting of it was unreal. Kept us real busy for a long time. Shadowlands plenty of bad, not as bad as public perception. Did improve it substantially from the point that most people cited as being terrible. Yeah. You're never going to beat your first impression, though, which is dangerous in games because sometimes they really make stinky first impressions. But it doesn't really bother me much. It's, the worst thing that happens when other people say they don't like WoW is occasionally they'll come in my stream and be like, how come you don't also hate it? And then it's over. That's the only thing that happens. It's not actually a problem for me. Little C2222 on a 14-month resub. I don't know why we said it like that. I appreciate the resub. A lot of people that complain how bad a villain the jailer was are trolling. I mean, I don't love, and I don't think I have a leg to stand on because, like I said, I don't really follow the stories, so I don't think I'm qualified to critique the character design or anything like that. But I don't know. As a vibe, I feel like he felt really short. He didn't have a lot of personality that came across well. Like, I don't follow, like I said, I often skip cutscenes and I often don't read dialogue, but I could still tell that Denathrius is fun and Lady Ashar is really fun, and, you know, like, these various villains like Sylvanas and these, you know, even in BFA you have Talanji and her dad. Like, there's a little more there. And the jailer really just kind of felt, I don't know, empty, which maybe was part of the point, but like very, very forgettable. Like, most people do not care about that for any other character. I think the reason why he might get more heat for it is because he was supposed to be the big bad of the expansion. And typically, if you have a central villain for an expansion, they're gonna be, I don't know, something. Just the thing to talk about, yeah. Oh, I got another Nubasath idol. Don't you consume a lot of fantasy media? I do, but books are really my primary way of doing that. I don't even like audiobooks. I don't want to listen to stories. I don't really want to watch them on TV. I don't really want to play them in games. I just want to read them on a book. You know, with some exceptions, but that's generally my primary media format. When can you use regular mounts here? I don't know when they changed it, but I feel like it was a long time ago. Early speculation that thought the jailer was stealing all the anima because Lich King was taking over Torghast and the jailer was desperate to stop him. I've read a couple of the WoW books, because it occurred to me as somebody that does that, I should probably give it a look. I've read a few of them, maybe 5 or 6. Maybe 6 is too many. Anyways, I've read a handful of WoW books, and they've always been fine. But that's kind of the best thing that I can say about them for my own taste personally. I'm picky. I'm cranky and picky. I'm the worst person that you want to have read your book. I hate most things. I'm awful. Supposedly the guy behind everything that had happened, Burning Legion, Lich King, Mancrick's wife dying. The thing that I found a little underwhelming, or that felt like it would have been a little underwhelming, was Vol'jin was a cool character, and when he went, there was this whole storyline about how I don't know, he's onto something. And then I feel like the payoff for that was kind of unsatisfying. I don't remember enough about it to tell you what it was, but I remember feeling unsatisfied. Maybe I was just misunderstanding it. It was actually super sick and it was totally earned that he, you know, that all that happened. But I remember they kind of built up like this big mystery and then it was just kind of like, oh no, it's the jailer's influence or something like that. Find out different games for killing monsters, being immersed in story. Played Diablo and Diablo X for hundreds of hours and couldn't tell you a thing about those stories, and WoW is very much a do raids, kill monsters type of game for me. ARPG story is not complicated, generally speaking. I would say, doesn't Diablo have some kind of a in-depth story to it? But I don't know. I've barely even played it. Who am I to say? I know they have cutscenes. I know that whenever they show a Diablo cutscene for a new Diablo game at BlizzCon, it's like all creepy and cool. And they've got like characters that have names and stuff. if that's the bar for a story, then yeah, couldn't tell you much about it. Your hardcore character dying at level 6, Jailer did. Curious why the last video is 5 months ago. That is something that I talk about in that video. Sitting here in Wildcat, grinding nether wheat for a friend. There'll be new raid guides with coming out in the next couple of weeks for the next raid tier. Whoa, I dropped something heavy. It's okay, we're cool. We're cool. Wow, my cat didn't even blink. You're brave. Or are you just used to me dropping stuff? I blinked. That's the trouble with these cups with the narrow bottoms. It fits in a cup holder, but darn if it's not top heavy. Alright, Cthulhu. You want to give me some Gauntlets of Annihilation? Or plate? Wouldn't it feel good to give them to a paladin? You don't have to, but you could. So yeah, this one, and then I think one or two more AQ clears, and then we can do dungeons. But after this one, I'm gonna do my broom chance, my sweeper chance. Oh, hi, kitty. Cat deals with. He is not 100 pounds. Stinky dog every day. I guess to her, he might be. It's dropping a small cup compared to that. No luck with the gloves. These ones really aren't. I'm gonna drop those quests. We don't need. That one's learned from another item. That one I'll hold on to. That is actually learned. We're gonna drop that. What would you ask of me? He needs like 6k more rep. I must have skipped some Manner of Trash. So we're gonna pre-made start custom list leave. Give it a minute. It's nice that you can mount in this raid because it means while you're waiting to get ported out, you can actually clean up your bags. What am I picking up Karaji crystals for? That's silly. Yeah, it's not like me at all. Can vendor the greens. And the blues. Those BOE blues aren't worth very much. That we're holding on to. The enchants I'm pretty much just chucking. I need to see if I've sold an Nimbuseth idol so I can post another one. I'm getting a little bit of a backlog. Still in Blackwing Lair. Flame Maw's doing me like you. I need one item. Oh, man. Then it's so tiny, man. They had no idea how big these should be. Oh, well. You can see most of the cat. I decided that because Moose has started to shed in earnest, I'm going to try out new tools for him this year. I've had a slicker brush for him, and that does take out his undercoat, but like the brush fills up, and then you have to, I use like this really teeny tiny screwdriver to like try to pry the hair out of the brush. And it takes kind of a long time, so I've ordered an actual undercoat rake, and I'm kind of excited to try it. I'm a little worried that he's going to be cold if I do that, because it's still freezing outside, but maybe he should have thought of that before he started to shed. You pull out Edward Scissorhands gloves. Monk farm become easier since they opened up drops to all classes? Yes. By a large margin. Hi, Miss Kira. How you doing? You staying warm? I know it was really cold in here when we woke up. I don't usually run the heat overnight. But I might have to think about starting. Okay, so I have two more characters to run thingy on, to run AQ on. But before we do that, we can do a little love sweeper. Yeah, love is in the air broom attempt. Cute cat, nice kitty. All right. I made a horrible and shameful discovery recently. I wash my workout clothes after every time I wear them. As you should. And I shower every time before I go in to go practice yoga, because I don't want to be stinky. So clean clothes every time and a shower before I go in. But I still started to feel like it wasn't doing it. And what am I doing? Muscle memory, that's not right. Oh, we're in the middle of this. Why do I want to? I don't want to do this. We're gonna do this. Let's just do the love sweeper attempt, and then I'll finish the embarrassing story, so that if I do get the thing, it won't be forever tied with that. The amount of shoveling I need to do today, the entire time I was like, I need a blue collar husband or leave Canada. How do you feel about a flamethrower? Or, snowblower, but where's the fun in that? Alright, won't let you forget. That also crossed my mind. There's manual labor, and then there's incredibly loud gas-powered devices. It would just freeze again. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How much snow accumulation are you guys dealing with? I haven't had to shovel snow for many years, but it's gonna happen. And I'm not gonna be ready. I'm gonna shovel 2 shovelfuls and be like, wow, that was a great workout. Now what? Who's gonna do the rest of it? Rich husband to have a heated driveway is another one? I mean, at that point, you could just be rich yourself. Do the heated driveway. In many places, homeowners are also legally obligated to shovel the sidewalk in front of their homes, which is probably less easy to get heated, though. Kind of love shoveling snow, except 3 years ago when we got 6 feet overnight. 7 inches in Toronto. 9 centimeters of snow here since last night. About 30 to 40 centimeters. Got 45 so far in Ottawa. Holy moly. How long's the stream going to be? Normal length. I'm not in healing spec. 3 hours total. We do 9 a.m. to noon Pacific time. So another 2 hours and 25 minutes. I have a husband that can handle a shovel. Yeah, but why should he have to do all of it? We're a partnership. I'm an able-bodied human being. Ish. I got 2 arms and 2 legs, and they mostly work. We're gonna leave instance here. But yeah, might be able to yeah, hook Moose up to a snowplow. There you go. I adore how as Canadians we have no idea if we measure snow in inches or centimeters. I know a lot of people that will say both just to kind of, hedge bets in your audience, because I feel like most of us can understand it in both, but you never know if you're gonna meet someone that's not, I mean, centimeters I feel like are hard for me to visualize. Sub 20, I feel like. I have a tough time with centimeters. Once we get to like 30, that's a ruler. That's a school ruler with 30 centimeters. And then I just imagine school rulers, basically. But before that point, sometimes I'll struggle with centimeters and I'll do inches instead. But then, yeah, once you get into 30-ish, then I'm good in centimeters until we get to the point where we're doing like meters. And then I have a harder time visualizing meters than I do feet. It's all very confusing. Would you say you're a good WoW player? No, that sounds like kind of an embarrassing thing to say. Hello, it's nice to meet you. I'm very talented at World of Warcraft. I've played a lot of this MMO and I'm pretty good. Yeah, I'll open the box. 2 arms with 2 hands, 5 squeezers. My squeezers. Ever seen an old-fashioned soil plow? Oh, yeah. You hook up a horse, hook up an ox, you know? I don't know when I'm going to have my ox era. I feel like something similar could be rigged up for Moose. He'd love it. What do you think about the term mid-core to describe how you play WoW? It makes me feel like we've all been online for too long. I don't play Discipline at all. I only play Holy. I don't have the first clue about how to play Discipline. I am sorry, though. Automatic Jack probably has good info. He's the priest guy. I'm gonna finish this dig at this point, I think. And then I'll open the box. It'll be good luck. It'll be my good luck tradition. I've already done the dig for the week, but I was here anyway and it was just going, so. Mid these days means bad, bad meaning bad, not bad meaning good. Oh gosh, heaven forbid language be easy to understand. I mean, that happens in numbers as well. Like, if you were trying to rank an experience, you know, and you said it was 5 out of 10, despite that being a true mathematically neutral rank, most people will understand that to be kind of an insult, you know? Like, 7 out of 10 is neutral. Maybe even an 8, depending on how nice you are. There's not... Yeah, exactly. It's terrible. There's no sense. There's no order in the universe. What is the embarrassing yoga thing that you wanted to Barry talking about? So basically, I discovered that even though my clothes have been cleaned and dried, and I hang them to dry and I take care of them, I realized that once I got warmed up at the beginning of practice, I kind of was like pre-sweaty smelling, which is horrifying to me. And I was like Googling it and I realized, and I've been trying to diagnose this. Like I tried like showering even more thoroughly before I went. I tried to deep clean my mat, which is how I ended up with the whole salt crystals escapade. And I realized Googling it that it's the clothes. It's that my clothes are not getting fully clean, even though I'm washing them and I'm air drying them. And that was how I learned that there's apparently such a thing as activewear detergent for synthetic performance fabrics. You can actually get a different detergent. Because a lot of the things that normally kill bacteria in laundry, like washing things in very high heat or drying things in high heat, are things that you don't do to performance synthetics because it's going to ruin their stretch. But you do have to do something, otherwise you're going to be stinky, and those same fabrics often tend to want to hold on to and trap sweat and bacteria and stuff. So you can do like a vinegar soak to kind of help reset it, like a diluted vinegar soak apparently, to help break the sweat out of it. And then there's like special detergents that you can use. So I'm gonna try that. It was terribly embarrassing. I had no idea. I kind of figured that if I was washing the things and not re-wearing them, that was good enough. And apparently not so much. Also, washing them inside out is apparently recommended. I was reading about this for a while. All right, let's open the box, huh? Let's go find a cute place to go open the box. I ranked this stream 1 as a number 1. Great job, Hazel. Thank you. Alrighty. Is it broom day? No, it is not. Oh well. Did I get any like a meaningful amount of fragments for doing that? I mean, I got a non-zero amount of fragments for doing that. How long do we have left to try for this broom anyway? Oh, Okay, less than a week. All right. At some point, I need to go back to Stormwind and buy. I've got one more thing to buy for tokens. I guess I'll just do that now before I forget. Activewear stinks more than cotton in general. Does keep you cooler, though. Yeah, I do not machine dry my activewear. I hang dry all of them, and I usually do a cold water wash on them. So I've got some detergent coming. I'm gonna do like a vinegar soak to help reset them because they're smelly. And I was so offended because, like, sometimes in life you feel like you've done everything right, you know, and it was hard for you to do everything right. Like, you know, you kind of stretched yourself past your limits a little bit just to do the right thing, and then it still isn't enough, and that's like the most frustrating thing. And this was a very teeny tiny version of that. What do you mean I washed and dried these things and they're still not clean? How dare you? I even took them out of the wash as soon as it was done. Wonder if I'll need to nuke my basketball shorts someday when I get heavily back in a Beat Saber. I mean, if they're fine to go in the dryer to wash on higher temperatures, that'll probably take care of it. Another thing is to not overdo detergent, because too much detergent can actually have the opposite effect and make them, like, trap the bacteria into them, apparently. But I'm wearing, like, my yoga clothes are expensive and I like them. And I don't want to continually purchase them because they're expensive. So I want to take good care of them. So I can't use heat on them at all. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I was going to go turn in. I have 40 tokens, so there's like a shoulder mog here. Beat Saber's awesome. Have to use drying machine. It would just really decrease the lifespan of these things. I'm gonna try the detergent thing. Ensemble truly hard. What do you mean already known? That was the thing I came back here to buy. Really? When did I do that? I don't remember doing that at all. I guess I didn't need to come here. Do we need any more dinner suits? No. Dresses? No. Might be the washer. It's only the workout clothes, though. Everything else smells fine. Towels smell fine. Clothes smell fine. I do probably need to disinfect my washer, but... What if I just move, you know? Hazel Beat Saber stream would be fun. Janitor of the month, cape. Alright, let's get back in AQ. Mage time. Oh boy, those bags are messy, messy, messy. That's no good at all. Let's get rid of all that. Thank goodness for scrap. It's making all this much nicer. And then, yeah, okay. That's fine. Can get rid of some of these guys. We have a dagger on? Yeah. I might have accidentally vendored her actual weapon. Yes, I did. Alright, I'll hold on to that. I should probably stick that in a bag so I don't get rid of it, but whatever. I assume you've tried VR gaming, couldn't handle it. I actually have never had an opportunity to put on a VR headset and try VR. I haven't sought out an opportunity because I anticipate it sucking for me. I tend to be a bit motion sickness prone. So I don't have high hopes that VR will be any good for me anytime soon. I figure I'm just going to leave the whole thing well alone for another 10 years and then maybe they'll have sorted that out. Oh, chilly, chilly, chilly. But yeah, never played Beat Saber. There is, I mean, rhythm games have been around. I'm sure I've played a few of them. Just not with them. I don't need to do these, do I? No. We're doing this, though, because we want that helmet. I'll try doing the other way. You know, why the heck not? Let's go right. Because we don't need to kill the extra bosses or anything. We're just doing this for an extra chance at a Helm of Rebirth here. Although the extra bosses are like 50 rep each. Assuming it's working. Not part of the Guitar Hero hype. I played it, but I didn't have my own at home, so my Guitar Hero experience was limited to sleepover parties at friends' houses and stuff. Yay for science. Yeah. It's fun, but you'd be toasting hard maps. You have motion sickness, especially for the laser light show custom maps. Yeah. Yeah, probably not worth it. And it's okay. There's lots of games I can play. Sometimes if something is kind of on the threshold of making me motion sick and I just bear with it, after a session or two of playing, I will kind of become immune to it. But if it's really bad, then it's usually not worth trying. It just kind of depends on what the motion's like. Sometimes it's House Flipper. House Flipper was horrible. I was doing almost okay in House Flipper until I got to painting, and I was painting the wall in strips, and I was moving my camera like up and down to try to keep track of where I was painting, and it wasn't going anywhere. Do I see a cat? Yep, this is Miss Kira. She is my kitty cat. Cat butt. May as well go on the side and do mob. Part of the back of the cat. Which is a shame because House Flipper really could have been my game of the year. We'll never know. It's right up my my interest alley. That's a phrase that people say. Black Bee. Black Bee is from the BFA Zone Meta Achievement, I believe. Island Time? I'm on Island Time for the Honeyback Hive Mother. That would be the one. Oh, this feels slow. Boing. Boing. If you stick around stream long enough, you might see your giraffe stick her head in. Dragonflight couldn't grind the racing achievements after a few races started making me feel bleh. Can do 1 or 2 world quests here and there, but that's it. Racing made me horribly ill on the PTR, and for some reason it was actually fine on live. Although I don't do it for like huge lengths of time, but I've never on live it's generally been fine for me. I think because I can zoom quite far out. First person games are bad for me though. First person games are trouble. Satisfactory is not too bad because you don't have to actually move your camera that often in Satisfactory. You can keep it fairly, especially once you can kind of fly and hover. And you can also, they really let you crank your field of view. This way. So the benefit of this run is that it gets you to Amos and you don't have to worry about going over or around. I guess I could just skip Buru. You don't have to go in the pit. But the problem is that it's farther in his... I was going to say it's less bosses. You're literally only skipping Buru, actually. Never mind. For a second, I actually thought the BFA meta was called BFA. No, it's just me being the exact amount of hilarious that you pay for from a Twitch streamer. Only been in the zone like twice in my life. Come on, Amos. When Helm of Regrowth, please. I think it's cool because you must be so immersed. It's just your brain getting all confused. Cars do it to me as well. Not when I'm driving, actually. Which I appreciate. Getting motion sick while operating the vehicle would really suck. But if I'm a passenger... especially on a windy road, or if I have the audacity to try to read, which is not good. But, generally speaking, I'm the driver now, so. What are we doing? We're reporting out of here. Although at this point I might just run to the... No, I'm not going to run to the door. We're going to report out of here. Should have set this up a little earlier. Same thing with my sister. Driving's fine. Being a passenger, reading make her sick as heck. Mm-hmm. I was always kind of jealous as a kid of the other kids that could read books or like play video games in the car. I tried playing my Game Boy in the car for like, oh no, I need that. I tried playing my Game Boy in the car for long car trips and discovered that that was a mistake. No good. Not for me. You ever tried just turning off your inner ear? Oh, yeah. So many joints. So many little bits and pieces in the spine. But I'd be able to read in the train. Funnily enough, I can actually read on planes not too bad. I can play games on planes, and I can do some amount of reading, as long as there's not, like, turbulence. And once we're off the runway, like, once we're flying, it's fine. Which, I wonder if it's just because I'm not, like... Generally speaking, you're not really looking at the window. There's no motion outside of the window. It's just kind of... You're just kind of in a wobbly tube. Okay. This way. So this character is going to do Viscidus. And I think she can actually do it all by herself because she can freeze it. And she has a dagger. She can stab. We've got Time Warp and Icy Veins for haste. It'll be fine. I fell through the void in Siren Isle. I don't know how to get out. Oh no. You live there now. I don't think I've ever taken a train. Like a train. Like a chugga choo choo. You know? I've been on like a, I don't know, rail, I guess, you know, like in the Seattle airport. There's little like subway cars that port you around, but we have rail on the island, but the train's been defunct for a long time and it hasn't run in my lifetime, I don't think. People try every now and then. There's like some groundswell of public feeling to try to get the train going again, especially if it would help people not have to drive over that darn mountain. But it doesn't, you know. I'm sure it would be a lot of money. Thank you for clarifying. Chugga chugga choo choo. Baby takes the morning train. Really like the mods from Blackrock Foundry. Blast Furnace sucks. It's not so bad. I mean, it's not as easy as just kind of running through it, but I find that one's not actually, doesn't bother me too much. Viscidus. All right, I'm gonna remember that my Ice Lance cleaves, so if I want to do single target damage, I need to do it with probably Frostbolt. Is the trouble I ran into last time. Is that this was the character that I actually managed to break royalty on. We'll do Vem again. Try to get these ooze-ridden gauntlets. My hair's getting kind of long, and if I have bedhead in the morning, it gets quite poofy on top. And there's one set of yoga postures that you do relatively early, where it's like a wide-legged forward fold, and you're standing, so you're kind of folding forward. And generally speaking, you're just stretching, but eventually you're meant to put the top of your head on the ground. And it's funny, I started feeling like I was making progress, not because the top of my head is hitting the ground, but because I can feel my hair on the ground. And I'm like, oh wow, look, I'm basically there. But it's just because my hair has gotten really poofy on top. It counts, right? Guys? Hello? You never get to feel particularly cool for having accomplished anything in yoga, because there's always something else that's harder that people around you have been doing for the last 25 years. Still you. Hair counts as part of self. Alright, come on, Vim. One pair of ooze-ridden gauntlets, please. Darn it. Sometimes that works. Sometimes being polite just gets it done. Although anything where I've got my head down on the mat is kind of less comfortable now that I have more hair. When my hair was super short, it wasn't really a thing. But now if my head slides around in the mat in any way, it's going to pull my hair, and I've got a rubber mat, so it kind of hurts. Oh well. Just shouldn't be sliding. And this way. Yeah, these are going to be a problem. I wonder why these don't like dropping to this degree. This is our second week of running this on... How many characters we do? 2, 4, 6, 8? So, you know, 16 runs, and we managed to get 1 piece of new loot off of Zilith Royalty. Maybe 2, actually. I think I needed 3 things from Ven before. I have a bad feeling that if I move away from my yoga studio, my yoga practice is going to backslide really hard. And that even if I continue to put as much time into practicing, I'm probably not going to progress as much, because there's nothing to make you keep you accountable of doing your best, like being in a room full of people that are doing things that feel very impressive or well ahead of you, with like a teacher that expects a lot. I feel like, especially if I'm just like practicing at home, I'm gonna go way too easy on myself. And I mean, some yoga's still better than no yoga, but it's been kind of fun actually seeing some progress. Okay. The only thing we don't need to do Viscidus. We mainly just do it for revenge, but it's nice when he drops me the pet, because we can sell those. Room full of sweaty people. I mean, it's kind of nice to see other people around in there, so you don't feel like you're the only one getting up that early in the morning. Like, I know that my teacher got there like 4 hours before I did, because he did his whole practice before I even started. And it helps stop me from feeling sorry for myself whenever I get into like that, oh man, it's so early and it's cold and I'm sore and like, you know, blah, 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 blah. It helps kind of snap me out of that, being like, well, it's just as early for these people. You see them complaining? No, you see them practicing. And generally speaking, that self-pity loop is kind of detrimental to me actually doing anything and doesn't ever accomplish anything. Did hot yoga in Colorado Springs as a 300-pound power lifter. Nothing more humbling. I hear their inner monologues complaining. Oh, he's actually frozen. I'm silly. I think I'm gonna have to refreeze him. I forgot how quickly I could freeze him on this character. So he's gonna pop out and then I'll refreeze him. Cause I want to leave myself enough time. Oopsies. I was like, oh man, he's just slowing down. Why isn't he moving anymore? Because we have to melee hit him there. I just spaced out. There we go. All right. When we stab. Raid difficulty lockouts vary depending on which tier it is. So I said so as though I had more explaining to do. It's different for different tiers and different expansions. I generally try to figure out what I can do on a raid by raid basis, because I can never remember how all of them work. Most of the time you are limited to 1 difficulty per week for a lockout. But I think there are exceptions to that. And I don't know when it determines it. Like, when it determines that that's your lockout. I could be wildly wrong, though, because it's one of those things that's always kind of confused me, because it is so inconsistent. Wonderful stream and day. Hazel and chat. Thank you, Johnny. See you later. We got some extra bindings. Those will come in handy, I think. Yeah, we've got plenty of them. We've got 3 bindings of command and 2 bindings of dominance there. It's confused you because it is confusing. No problem. I'm sorry I don't have a better explanation. Although I'm not that sorry, it's not my system. Finally decided going Hunter main for season 2? Nice. Looking forward to it. How do you like lock it in? You know, you get like you get your hunter, you get her into like a really good mog, and then you take a great screenshot, and then you set that as like your desktop wallpaper. So every time you boot up your computer, you're like, yes, that's what we're doing today. This is the one. This is who I've always been. There we go. Going Hunter Main 2, Survival Hunter, so fun. Nice. I'm gonna be a holy priest. I've heard nothing but bad things about Holy Priest, but I'm choosing to not worry about it. It'll be great. I'm going to have a lovely time. If it really is somehow just horrific and unplayable, then I can like speed pivot to something else. Because I'm going to want a strong healer to heal keys on, because we're going to try for the 3K rating thing. I don't know. We're going to try anyways. So I'll try and do it in a Holy Priest. But if not, I'll have to come up with some kind of a backup plan. I believe you can do it the 3K. Maybe. I think I will need to improve as a player in order to reach that point, though. I think that what I've normally been getting to has been somewhere kind of 2,500, maybe 2,600. And that's pretty much me at the edge of my capacity right now. But there are areas where I could improve. There's research I can do. I can probably practice on I can probably pay more attention. I can probably optimize myself a little better. But we'll see if I have that much stretch in me. Will you stream the key running? Only if it comes up during my regular stream time slot. I find that streaming makes me a worse player. Even if I'm not talking to chat, just having stream on makes me play objectively worse. So I do run keys sometimes on stream, but usually the push keys will be in the evenings when I don't have it on. I'm sorry, it does not have to mean it was my fault, but I feel sorrow about it. That's an interesting distinction. Lack of interrupts really hurting classes. Not sure why they're so stubborn about it. Is it true you're mating enhancement shaman? Only if you're healing us. You want to swap seats? It'll be great. I've noticed the same thing, the gameplay debuff, so to speak, for having a Discord stream on. Sometimes I will turn on my Discord stream just to like my private Discord if we're doing keys and there's more than 5 of us in the voice channel, so whoever's standing by can watch the key. And when I do have that on, sometimes I could forget about it, but most of the time I know in the back of my head that I have it on, and it's like that knowledge is just using up a little constant feed of like short-term memory that is then unavailable for healing. So it doesn't have to be like a big public Twitch stream. It can literally be like one other person in my guild who may or may not be watching, and I'll still be distracted. Brain goes mush. I got another Nubisath idol. Same with inflammable. I was on the topic of bi-weekly or bi-monthly meaning two things and inflammable meaning both things. When I was looking at brushes with which to groom my dog and help remove his shedding undercoat, I realized these things are often called de-shedding shampoo, de-shedding tools, de-shedding brush. And I thought, well, am I de-shedding him or do I want him to shed more completely? I would say I am pro-shedding. But apparently I would say wrong because they were all called de-shedding brushes and de-shedding rakes and etc., etc. Also, apparently some of those tools are the same ones you would use on like horses and then like livestock as well. Apparently you can use the same thing. Not that I need to de-shed a horse, but if it ever came up, I would be maybe equipped. Are you holding space? I don't really... I've heard of the meme. I know what it's from. I didn't watch the source material. I don't really know what it means. Even in the wider culture, when people say they're holding space for something, I don't really know what that means. I think that not knowing what it means might be the point. I don't know. We've let go of the need to keep up with all of the trends in language, but sometimes it's nice to know what they're talking about. Neither do I, don't worry. Like how I groan internally when someone calls it unthawing to mean just thaw. Oh, I've never heard of unthawing. That one would bug me for sure. That one would get under my skin. Oh, I don't need anything else here. These are just for skins. And then Warlock after this. Warlock's going to be kind of interesting because we'll have to see how far off 36k she is after another run. Because, boy, my Warlock was he was missing a lot of rep after having done the same clear. And then I felt like the same thing was happening to Gorla, but I kind of mitigated it by killing more trash. I submitted a bug report, but I think there's something awkward with Warlocks in this instance in reputation. But I need to do it because I need these 4 pieces. You know, I need the Warlock tier. Then want to drop some Gauntlets of Annihilation? Maybe. We'll go see. I should probably try to vacuum today. I did it really recently, but then I kicked my dog's food all over the floor when I was coming in to try and find my glasses. To my credit, I did it while I was not wearing my glasses. So I guess I have an excuse. Really? Oh. I don't know what to make of this character. I mean, she's my mage, and she's a perfectly good mage. I think the only reason she was a panda was I wanted to have a panda, and I also didn't have a mage, so it was just kind of a natural combination to level. But I don't know if I usually envision mages as pandas. It's just kind of what she is. Vacuum based in little crinkling noises. Does your dog freak out of the vacuum? He does this thing that I'm sure you've seen some dogs do, where he doesn't like panic about the vacuum. The cat panics. Kira hates the vacuum. She will hear me getting it out of the cupboard and she will go hide in advance. But Moose kind of struggles because he doesn't want to be vacuumed. Some dogs want you to literally physically vacuum them. Moose does not want that. Moose is curious about the vacuum, so what he ends up doing is he ends up going around ahead of you and then awkwardly staring at the vacuum as it encroaches on his space that he stepped into ahead of the vacuum. And kind of plays chicken with it. Like he'll go in front of the area you're vacuuming, and then he'll just stand there. And then, you keep going and you're like, buddy, you gotta move. I'm about to get to that point. And then you finally get to just about touching his paw. And he's like, Jesus, why'd you do that? And then he jumps ahead like a foot and then does it all over again. Or he'll lay down and be like, oh man, it's coming. I think he must enjoy it. Now that I say it, it must be fun for him. But he will get in front of it and then he will act offended that it dared approach him. Is generally how Moose deals with the vacuum. Oh, he's he's not a big dog when it comes to moving. In that he is a big dog, but he doesn't really think to move usually. Generally speaking, he's a very sweet boy. He's not a dominant boy or anything, especially he's not the kind of dog to try to be in charge or anything like that. But he definitely doesn't think to move if anything is coming at him. And if he's going through anywhere, he will just walk through stuff. He won't really go around things unless it's the cat. He will just, if you're standing in his way, he will just bull his way past you. And just be like, coming through. Which is, it's funny, but it's weird. Little Chihuahua Dashin likes to attack mine. Dogs sometimes love the vacuum a lot. Mine freaks out, tries to kill it. Yeah, Moose will just get in front of it and then stare at it like, don't you dare come over here, and then it'll... But then that's exactly what happens. He's in a rush to what? Who knows? Alright, this character is all... Yeah, good enough. Good enough. Let's do this on the Warlock. The Warlock is the worst to run this on. She can do Viscidus. She can do Viscidus, but I insist on doing this as Demo, so the only AoE I have for trash is Implosion. I should probably stop insisting on doing it as Demo, but it's not like Af is much better. Or even Destro. Warlock's not a great class for this, but we need the tiers, so off we go. We'll do Gorlo. Finish the 9th house? I'm not sure what that is, but I'm glad you liked it. I used to say my dog was totally unaware of the body behind his head, that it could be in the way. Yeah, Moose is not, like, he can be very much in your way, and you can kind of be, like, approaching him, and he will just stare at you like, what? You move. You know? He'll move for the cat, though. Because she hits him. That's my problem, is I don't employ violence. Okay. How are we doing bag space wise? It's fine, it'll do. Stealth is looking largely intact today. Yeah, I keep the sword turned off so that I can do quest turn-ins in the zone for AQ. She's at 10k rep. We're just gonna pop in here to try to get that helmet to drop. I'll go my normal way this time, I think. Although I don't think we can complain about not having any abilities or anything when I didn't spend any talent points. This is my last character that I need to run today, especially because we're going to have at least one more week, if not 2, of doing this 8 times. So I'm not going to freak out about not having all of the boss loot dropped yet, because I think it'll probably drop in that time period. And if it doesn't, then we can just grind it. What am I farming? Right now I'm hoping for a Helma regrowth. And then I also need a couple of things from AQ40. But mainly I'm here for reputation. Mainly I'm here to get Bruto's Dormu rep. There'll be a little bit in this instance. More in AQ40. Imagine not spending talent points. Also, Hazel. Yes, Scarlet. One quest left to finish the outdoor mog. It would be so hard for me not to get sidetracked on that quest. I'm just blessed by obliviousness. BM Hunter main now. Got a couple of Hunter mains around today. After dungeons and raids, open world. I'm doing it in all the things listed order, so technically after I did all dungeons and raids, I would then start delves, because that's next alphabetically. But I think all dungeons and raids, and I guess I would stop it at the point where I can't solo farm them anymore, would take me an extraordinary amount of time. I'm not expecting to be done any of this anytime soon, especially because once Undermine comes out, I'm going to be playing that. But yeah, I would do delves and then outdoor zones. Because, alphabet. I'm just going to walk around. We don't need Buru. Buru who, you know? This is retail. Any confusion is understandable, though, because I'm a warlock. I can't... Oh, geez. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Okay. Healthstone. It's an old raid. This is a classic raid, but I'm doing it on modern WoW. This is the War Within. Probably stop at Dragonflight. Yeah, I figure I'll tap out whenever it starts to get really annoying. But, you know, we might have expansions come out before I get to that point. That's a lot of farming. There's certainly plenty of places where we can get stuck. Outdoor zone sounds scary. Yeah, what's the first one? Darnassus. Oh. Well, I could probably just go do that. There's a couple of vendors that have white quality armor that I just never got. Yeah. Well, you know, you gotta save yourself some easy wins for later, I suppose. You could stop doing current content. I could, but I like doing current content. So I won't. One helmet, please. I did do my attempt today. Nothing. No broom, no manuscript. Nope, darn it. Not what we're looking for. Feels bad. Yeah, we got another couple of days. It's starting to look like I might not get that broom this year. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 more attempts. Ends at 10 a.m. on Monday, so it means I need to remember to do it Monday morning. And I won't be streaming, so that'll be tricky. And then if not, then I guess it's just better luck next year. Oh well. Leveling a druid at 50. Where do I level? Najatar or Mechagon? Those are your options. I would level a Najatar before I leveled a Mechagon. If I was leveling in either of them. They're both strange places to level because they're patch zones, right? Finally got the sweeper today. Nice. I have to decide if I don't get the sweeper to drop, if I'm gonna use tender. Oh, okay, you come back up. Watch your paws. Up you get. If I'm gonna use tender to buy the trading post one, I guess I would. I'd like to have one of them, and I'm not getting the cash shop one. I gotta save my pennies. Hi. Well, I was kind of dozing this morning after having woken up far too early and before getting out of bed, still far too early. I was kind of having like a really long dream. And once again, I had purchased my childhood home and I had moved back there. I have this dream all the time. I feel like Pocahontas, like I need to go talk to a wise tree about it. Because it doesn't mean literally go buy your house, because nowadays just the land and land size alone would be worth over $1 million. It wasn't back then, but you know, things change. Oh man, this is going to be tough rep-wise. Still no love rocket. Sweeper will almost certainly drop this year, though? Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know if the bad luck protection is guaranteed to get it for you within a year. Probably level another character to do Mechagon. Okay. Nah, my Warlocks are busted. I did not get any rep from Skyrim. I got some rep from the trash from these guys and not the other guys. But Skyrim did not give me any rep. The Warlocks are broken, man. Both of them. I mean, I'm getting some reps. So I'm just gonna stick with this one at this point. But like, that is officially borged. We have extra bad luck this year. I gotta make up for how lucky I was getting the love rocket last year. I want it so bad for my male Torn who's wearing the pink Sailor Moon outfit. Ooh. Oh. Maybe does Skyrim not give rep? I'm not doing this to myself again. We're not having this conversation again. It's fine. Everything's fine. The delta between the red and pink colors on that mount's pretty small. Yeah, but I like the pink one. I'm a tiny child and I want pink. I'm being spoiled. We'll see. The pink and purple goes better with the wings that I have. I could make a red set, but red's not really my color. Got my love rocket last year, so I guess I did have to make up for it. Can't have it that easy. Hi, kitty. You warm enough? I thought you were wheezing, but you're just purring. You're just purring. I have to do the trash for rep, but the trash is not giving me rep. So weird. Hunter's 596 should be able to break 600 plus season 2. Oh. Friend who was on vacation got the sweeper on his first character and the love rocket on the second character today. Literally stunned. Alright, so we're trying to get an item from Vim. He's devoured, they heal. Oh, Vim got devoured. That's okay, we can try to get the piece from Yaj too. I need a shoulders from her. I did not dismiss my pet, so I think our buddy Vinny here went a little bit rogue. It's possible that they don't give rep when killed by your pet. Maybe that's what it is. My hunters don't have that problem, but my hunters can AoE of their own right. That might be what it is. That's annoying. Anyway, got a rep from that one. Because, yeah, I don't even have an instant tag. So even on the single target bosses, if I'm tagging them with, like, drain life and my pet gets there and one-shots them first... I guess I should just tag them with Shadow Bolt. That's what I should probably do, because my pet won't go until it actually hits. I think it's because I've been trying to tag with Drain Life. I'll stop that. We'll just get rid of it. I don't want to dismiss them, though. I guess I should, because if I'm not getting rep, but like that's literally half of my plan as to how to do damage, or how to kill any of this stuff. I don't have AoE outside of it, aside from maybe like an implosion every 30 seconds. Yeah. Alright. Dismiss. Sorry, Vinny. You're fired. I want to be demo for Viscodus, and I don't want to switch specs. I don't want to switch specs. It would be more reasonable for me to do that. It's a good idea. I'm just being a pill. You can skip that boss. You don't need it. Apparently I need it for rep. It's 500 rep I get to keep. I don't want to do it. I'm whiny today. Oh, man. Why is demo better? Because I can summon a pair of demon dogs to help me with the melee hits. I think you could probably do it with just the one pet, but I don't want to count. I don't want to count at 30. Find out I'm wrong. Oh, all right. Let's Shadow Bolt this guy. Yeah, that's probably what's going on. It's weird though, right? Like that you can still get loot but not rep. I guess I can cast Hand of Gul'dan. That'll give me an imp. Okay. This is our last Viscodus of the week. I'm looking forward to it. I think we're going to have plenty of time today to farm Dire Maul. I want to get in there and do that. I want to see if we can... Oopsies. I want to see if we can get all the loot for the tribute chest. This mount doesn't have feet, and I swear it makes me worse at climbing up the little narrow things. There we go. Okie dokie. So we're going to pop our Glacial Fury file. We'll get him back, because we're definitely going to have tagged it by the time that we actually kill it for this one. And off and away. I think spamming Shadow Bolt is as good a way to get this proc as any. What if we just hold the button down? Holding it down does continually cast, but I find that it usually stops after a little bit. Alchemy needs a filing cabinet. Holding down thing is slower for some reason, like there's a delay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then nothing. 1. No. I don't think I'm twitching my finger off the key. I get variable amounts of casts. And then it stops even though I've still held the key down. Oh well. This is not a big problem. It's not very often in Modern WoW that I want to just continually spam the same button. Doesn't use spell queuing? I wonder if then my latency would interrupt it. Is he getting chilly at all? Maybe we should use different button. Oh yeah, there he's getting chilly. It's a good thing we don't need to worry about watching our feet. My character's just made of green. Oh. She's got a dagger on, yeah. But the pets help you shatter him too. Once he's chilly. I love the new little green blob pet. New little green blob. Which one's that? Is it me? Don't know any of the new ones. I mean, there's a new one coming. Here we go. We stab. Oh, got an extra glob too. Don't remember where I got it. What's his name? Thinking of green globs. I know there is a new green glob coming in 11.1. I guess I'm not 100% sure it's green, but there's like an alchemical runoff pet that's new in the patch. There, I'm gonna dismiss Vinny again so that he can't steal my kills. I'm gonna try anyway. I guess I can't do it on my mount. I'm just thinking about my choices. Yeah, I am getting rep now. You know what else I wonder if I guess you would still have to fly. I wonder if it's faster to use the Sylphus teleport scroll, the War Within one on these level 70s to get out of these instances. If we're just going back to Sylphus anyway. Toxic Wasteling. Oh, yeah. Those are cute. Love is in the air. Because there's also I mean, there's lots of them, but the disgusting oozeling's kind of a fun one because it will occasionally it will turn you green as well. It's one of the only pets that puts a tint effect on your whole character like permanently while it's up. It also reduces your resistances. So it's like, it used to be a meme about summoning that pet while raiding because it actively debuffs you. But I thought it was funny. Listen to the Undermine music for the first time. One of those situations you cannot go to Undermine without music on. It's so good. There are vendors at the end of the instance. I don't know if it's connected to the beginning of the instance. You do wrap around in a circle, but then, like, I don't know. I've always found myself to be blocked off from the actual beginning. I think it's like another copy of the vendors. Okay. I'm excited. I want to log back on my priest at some point and check my pet auctions and see if I'm still trying to sell an Nubisath Idol and a Viscous Oozling, because if not, I can restock. We got more. It's only been about 19 years since I read that. Jazz and saxophones to explore Undermine. It's a lot of fun. I was playing a little PTR and I quite enjoyed the car and the driving. I'm not sure if I want it everywhere or not. I guess you wouldn't have to use it if they did eventually expand it to everywhere. But yeah, it's shaping up to be the most fun patch that I think they've ever put together. Car? We're getting a hot rod. We're getting a car that you can customize how it drives, and it goes very, very, very fast. Cool. It's kind of like it's gonna do for ground mounts what skywriting did for flying mounts. But you can customize, unlike skywriting, you can, I mean, I guess you can customize your skywriting, you can change like your talents and stuff. But this one, changing your drive style and changing it, like your engine and your tires and whatnot, is actually going to change how your car drives, like how it handles. So if you want something that's like real fast and loose and zippy, you can have that. And if you suck at steering like me and you want something that's easier to control and is less fast and loose and zippy and easier to steer, then you can do that. You can drift around corners. On any of them, in any drive style, you can drift around corners. And doing that builds up a bar that you can then use for a turbo boost of speed. So there's roads all over Undermine and you're driving your car. You can drive it anywhere. You don't have to drive it on the road. But driving it on the road is good because then you don't hit as many things and get stuck. It would be cool if the Felt Cycle got drive as for its remaining secrets. That would be really neat. GTA style missions as dailies. Yeah, I mean, you're basically like TaskRabbit in WoW. You know, you're doing gig work. That's the whole thing. You're doing gig work. So you drive around and you do these little tasks if you want. And they're nice and fast. They're like 30 seconds a job, more or less, once you get there. Faster sometimes. But you got to do like a lot of them to get a meaningful amount of rewards. They don't pay all that well on their own. You do not have to adhere to traffic laws. You don't even need a license. I think the quest where they give you your car is called License Not Required. Demolition derbies. There's time trials like there are for sky races. There's like ground races you can do. What if I want to obey the laws? Don't see any reason why you couldn't. Although I don't know if there's any actual like. I think the only working traffic lights are in transmog. I think you're just gonna have to yield at all times. We're getting some rep. I should stop saving the Warlock run for last. I should do it earlier when I have more gusto. It's fine. Don't get me wrong. It's not a problem, but maybe not the most thrilling run to do. Still trying for these gloves off of Cthulhu, so you know, maybe those will drop. Our rep's coming along now that we've started actually getting credit for all of it. Robo T-Rex sounds like an S tier mount. Yeah, the bosses are pretty cool. The models are amazing. I really like One-Armed Bandit, the slot machine boss. I think that's a really fun concept. Actually, all the concepts are quite strong in that raid. I think they're really good. I'm wondering why I was hearing such loud War Within music, and it turns out just me with a second tab of WoW open. That happens to the best of us. I normally notice that I've done that when I can hear my computer fans spinning up when I really don't think they should be. And then I'm like, why is my computer working so hard? Oh, it's running WoW Toys. What do you think about the Raid Renown? I haven't seen much of it. As far as I know, it wasn't in place when we were testing. So I haven't actually had a look at it, but I think it sounds fine. I think I like Renounce. I like raiding. I don't see a problem. I think I just need more details. And they very well may have release details. I probably just missed them. Did that once with Cyberpunk. I thought my computer was going to go nuclear. After this Cthulhu Kitty, I'm going to take a short break. Raid skip included in the Renown track. Oh, that's nice. Only get one Renown a week means 20 weeks of raiding. But if you did like 12 weeks of raiding on your main, but then you wanted to keep raiding on alt, that would keep progressing it, right? Because it's like it would be an account-wide Renown. Wait till the last few weeks of the patch, I'll have the catch-up mechanic filled in for you. Yeah. Yeah, we usually don't raid for 20 weeks on our mains, but I don't know, I'll just kind of see how it works out. I betcha we'll get it somehow or another. Just needs to be a bit shorter. If there's catch-up built in. Okay, any gloves? Gauntlets of Annihilation? No? Alright. That's fine. List group, and then leave party, and then I will be back in a minute. Okie dokie, thank you for your patience. Kitty, do you look like a caracal? Are you a big exotic kitty cat? You could be big. You just gotta keep growing. Okay, I wanted to clean up my bags just a hair. I mainly wanted to do... We're done with our AQ for the week. I could continue running for the boss loot, but we're just going to trust that that's going to drop in the next couple weeks. And if it doesn't, then we'll farm more for it then. Oh, yeah. Oh, cold. All these layers and we're still a little cold. I want to go try, like, check on my pet auctions that I was trying to sell, because we have extra pets that are, like, backed up for me to sell. And then I think it might be dire mall time. Don't see why not. Yeah, because I have like extra pets, but I need to sell the ones that I'm trying to sell first. Did you ever finish archaeology? Just enough to get the mounts and pets. I definitely didn't get everything. There is still, I'm pretty sure, transmog from archaeology that I'm missing. Especially like original archaeology. Because some of those transmogs were very rare. So seeing prices in other realms is not an add-on for me. It's a website. Undermine.exchange. It's a website. I like it very much. It does a good job. Katie, were you chatting with chat while I was gone? Also, I thought we were logging in. There we go. Yeah. It's good. It's helpful for mog shopping, and it's also been helpful recently for me if I want to have the lowest region price for a pet that I'm trying to get rid of. So, let's see. You just go to Dorneyville. Who knows, maybe one day I'll feel guilty and do my alchemy weeklies again. Man, time goes so fast. I think Dire Maul only had a handful. I think Dire Maul only had a handful of additional pieces to get. I think it was really quite close. So we sold an Anubis idol. Let me do a little cancel scan. Because, yeah, I've got a globule up that's been undercut. And then we'll see what our price is for that. And then we can pull another Anub to sell. I'm trying not to flood the market with them. Ooh. Undermine exchange. That should not be on. There we go. So the Anubis idol. 9,500 on here. Looks like the cheapest one NA that is in stock right now is 4K on Vecnalash. I don't need to post on that realm or anything, but I can just go here for like, I don't know, let's do 39.50. Chuck that up there. And then my Viscodus globule. 9,500 in this realm, 9,500 in general, so if we go 94, call it 50, we can post that one up. What Hearthstone was that? That was the Ethereal Portal. Got that one from a Twitch drop or promo of some kind at some point. But I like it a lot. It's a pretty unique one. And then are all the things grind? We were using Barnacles to farm out in Dire Maul. Dungeons and Raids Classic. So, doing a queue. Blackrock Depths is done with the exception of zone drops and then the quests. Which kind of drive me nuts, but I don't know. I don't know how to fix it. Dead Minds. This Brainwash Noble. I'm going to stick a character out there, actually. It's not even in the instance, so I've chosen not to count that. But I'm still going to stick a character out there. Let's grab one of these extra. Let's grab like a priest or something. And she can go camp the Brainwash Noble so I can at least log in every now and then and try and kill him. The two weapons that he drops have a horrific drop rate. Just terrible. Like less than 1% on this rare that's not even up all the time. But what are you going to do? Plunderstorm's still on. Ending somewhat soon. Worth doing if you want the cosmetics from it. There's mounts, pets, transmog, I got everything from it in about a day of doing duos. Take a little bit longer if it was just solos, but I liked it a lot. It was fun. I would have done more of it if I wasn't so greedy and needed to be bribed. Plunderstorm ends with the launch of 11.1 on the 26th. There you go. I like this priest. I'm glad she has a job that's not running instances. Camping is a good job for a priest. Anything where they can just stay put. Oh no, I don't have my rare scanner to remind me where this thing is. Pretty sure I know, but I'll turn it on just in case. Just for her. Same for end of season goals. UTC. Zekvirs. I haven't begun Zekvir, and at this point I'm probably not going to. I don't know what I'm missing out on for not doing it. So this is where the Brainwashed Noble can spawn. He does not appear to be up at this time. Oh, there he is, actually. Never mind. I guess he spawns in a few places. It's good job we've got Rare Scanner on. Alright, buddy, if you would kindly drop me one of your 2 staves. No? Okay, alright. Well, maybe next time. Wonder what his spawn rate is. I'm not even gonna kill Marissa. I have all of her loot. Purpley Void Skin. Oh, Mountain Skin for the dirigible. Gotcha. And a title. Did I get the Void Skin? I'm still in Dornegal. Let me check real quick. I don't think I did. But maybe. I don't know what kind of delve skins I have. I do know that the table's usually over kind of by the alchemy area. Mount customizer thingy? Yeah, right here. So, go to the Delver dirigible. Oh yeah, I do not have the Void Transformation achievement. Let me solo him! I see. I don't know if now is the time to be working on... I mean, now is the time to be working on that, but I don't know if now is the time for me to be working on that. That one might be best to just let lie. It's hard, isn't it? We could just do... About learning mechanics, doing it well. Yeah, it doesn't sound like me. We're going into north, huh? I told one of my guildies about it. He was all, let me just go do that real quick, and did it in one night. Easier in some classes. Okay, I need 3 things from the tribute chest. I don't know what this is all about. So I suppose I ought to do the tribute chest. So that meant skipping the first 3. Oh, I have 2 ogre tannins, so we can get the suit. Skip the 3, trap the guy, suit up. I don't think I need to do any amount of trash here. Yeah. We're missing 1 common boss drop that can drop from any of the guards, so we'll farm that after we've got the tribute chest stuff done, more or less. Took me a while, but I was learning how to play melee. Mess up one time and you're dead. So is Shadow Priest not considered an easy class for it then? Because that's probably what I would try to play if I was gonna do it, which we're not committing to. I don't want to kill you. I don't want to fight you. I'm sorry. All right, we drop dagger. We're good. Remember when we ran this and we just got the epic item from the tribute chest? Don't feel like it's easiest. Don't know. I think even Flabby died once to double question mark. Folks at only fix. Can't. No idea. I did play hardcore. I played on my own, or with a friend, but not. I didn't join any guilds. I don't think anyone tried to recruit me, but also I am notorious for not checking my messages, so wouldn't know. Speed and burst damage. Love from South Africa. Thank you. Yeah, I liked hardcore a lot, but I didn't join a guild. So I guess I may as well just get the suit, right? Because we're already here. We don't have to come back downstairs. Get a suit. And then I can actually... I have a key as well, so I can just pop him out and then get his cash, which drops recipes or something? Nothing much. Do I have to wait for this guy to walk into the trap? I don't even know where he is. I don't know why he's missing. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. I don't think... It doesn't make sense that I would need to witness it, right? Like, I should be able to just move on, but I don't know. Felt like a gear check because of the DPS. Couldn't do it on Shadow. Either having a 10-minute fight or a 5-minute fight. Well, now I'm getting curious. Now I'm getting curious if I could do it or not. I mean, I'd have the Cersei circlet thing. That's like a pretty strong... I don't know why I checked my bags there like it was going to have them. Yeah, I did do Mage Tower on Shadow Priest, but that was a long time ago, you know. I'm all crinkly now. So I need to be careful not to kill a friend up here. You know, years ago. And then we're gonna put on our suit, I suppose? Ogre suit. Crinkle's your warrior, not your Shadow Priest. Hits hard and there's a heal which must be interrupted. How often does that happen? Because as a Shadow Priest, you're kind of limited on your heals. Or not your heals, your interrupts. You can silence, you know, once a generation, and then you can well, maybe you can fear if it's feared scaled your class interrupts. Oh, that's nice. Okay, well that's that's good that it's not just like an auto fail. So we just killed Gordok and Nacho Rush, and now we're king. Gordok did not drop me his grimy metal boots. Mizzle's gonna show up here. I don't know why he's so tiny. Maybe that's why they call him Mizzle. And then I'm king. I guess he's literally my size. I guess I am the same size as Mizzle the Crafty. He's just much smaller than these guys. Does this make me quite literally a short king? Oh, he's got it. Gotta talk to him more. There we go. Oh, I only need one more item. I got 2 of the 3 things I needed. Nice. Alright. Well, we're gonna pop out of here and do it again. We're trying to get Gordock Bracers of Power from that. Nice. Fun challenge if you know your class. Have some gear. I mean, I have... Yeah, I'm kind of curious. I might mess with it this week. Because today's only Thursday. Oh yeah, I guess I can check on the handbox. These things are generally speaking not up, but it's worth a look. I feel like I'm getting very lucky with the tribute chest, but maybe I'm just saying that because I haven't been trying to get this last piece. These bracers are a shared appearance with Grimlock's jagged wrist guards, which are an Oldman drop from Grimlock. And they're both plate. So if I wanted to stop doing tribute runs, and I just like nipped into Oldman, that might be worth doing. There might be something to that. Also, I apparently need gauntlets from Alzen? Question mark? Weird, I kind of thought I was done with East. Got the love rocket, congratulations! You don't need a ton of mats for the traps, you just get the they made it easier than it was. You just get the ogre tannin from inside the instance. I have extras now. I feel like I should do a regular run with the bosses and everything. I also should look up how to do this quest. Unfinished Gordock business. Kratz and I hate you. So it starts at Crom Crush and it ends at Mordar. Do not kill Moldar. Okay. Click on the chest at 49,78. I don't have whatchamacallums. I don't have coordinates on. How do I not have any coordinate add-ons on? Let's see. Barnacles. Just get TomTom. Just turn TomTom back on. This looks like Diremal. Yeah, I love Diremal. I was debating whether I wanted to Gordock Courtyard Key. Is the Courtyard Key in here? Yeah, we're done with AQ for the week. Because I have to leave him up. This is for a quest specifically. I'm trying to get this done. Alright. So all of this after the removal of keys. Oh, I see. They took the keys out. Okay. Do a full tribute run. Head back to where Fengus would be fought at and talk to Cromrush. Oh, I just need to backtrack after a tribute run. Oh, okay. So I'll just do this one as a tribute run then. I also have 4 minutes left in my ogre suit, but I can make another one. And then if we get lucky, we get the bracers, then we can forget the whole Oldman thing. These have a look-alike that drops from a boss in Oldman, so I was kind of thinking about maybe trying to cheat and run that instead to try to get that appearance. Yeah, it looks like we're just going to run this and then backtrack. Dreamwalk out, dreamwalk again to return to the front. I'll probably just run. Like, I agree that that works, but I'm probably just going to book it. It was a different situation, but I once did that to try to get to the front of the instance with keys. And I think it was BRD, and the keys vanished the moment I exited the instance, even though it wasn't reset, and that kind of scarred me. Running's good, yeah. Also, here, we'll set up that trap. I guess I can get another suit, too. Heaven knows we have the tannin for it. Do I always have this key? Yeah, I guess I always have the key. Pattern Girdle of Insight. So is that a valuable pattern? It looks a little bit valuable. Look at the stealth ogre. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah, they definitely made tribute runs a lot easier. Less complicated. It just feels a bit unnatural to leave bosses up while you're farming, but that's how you get your loot. Oh, that guy also drops the tannin. That's why I've been having all this extra tannin, is because I've been getting 2. I don't know why we're farming trash. Gold. Maybe Gordak wants to drop his boots. And we can just go around here. Speak with him. I think I'm still in my last ogre suit. You can do more than one run with the one suit, I suppose. I may need to resuit. Here, we've got another one. There we go, 10-minute buff. They made the hyenas so cute. they're so cute now. Why is the new Ogre King so mean? Why? Okay. Kill him first. Oh, those are the boots I needed. Exciting. Very exciting. Oh, I can't kill those hounds anymore. Then we're going to get our tribute chest. Hope for the bracers of power. Doesn't look like any luck that time. But that's okay. And then we're going to go back to Crom Crush before we reset it this time. He should be where Fengus is normally fought. I'd say we could free the goblin, but I'm pretty sure I already did it. Should we do the chest? Might be something good in there. He's still frozen. Is he frozen forever? He's frozen forever. Oh dear. That's just a fancy way of killing somebody. He's very quiet in here. Oh yeah, he's yelling. I didn't know that stuff was happening back here. I'm gonna move this girdle of insight pattern here somewhere so I remember not to vendor it. Tribute chest is still a thing, yeah. We opened one of those, and then we can pick up this quest. Turn it into the first guy. And that should give me these two things. So I got Girdle of Insight pattern. The actual Girdle of Insight itself is... you can get one of them somewhere for 190 gold, normally kind of 7 to 10k. But the pattern is worth more, although it is available for 200 gold on one realm or another, so... Usually a valuable pattern. Somebody's given one away. There's 228 of them on NA realms, and 2 of them on Lightbringer right now. And then this is something we only need to do once, that quest. That gave us 3 different appearances. That made that list get much shorter. And now we just need to do this for the bracers and... yeah, bracers from church. So that means a non-tribute run, and that means a tribute run. But I think I'm gonna try something cheesy. Did they leave the Oldman port up in Dragonflight, or did they take that one down? They might have taken that down. I want to do just like a real sneaky Oldman run or 2, you know. Not to like get everything, but if we can get the lookalike bracers to drop, it would save me a little bit of time. Otherwise I'm just gonna fly from Stormwind, I think. Because that last tribute chest item I need is not a unique appearance. I wonder if I can, like, get, like, I don't know, 2,500 from somebody for that. It's not the cheapest one in an NA, but it's a pretty big price drop for this particular server. Oldman is, like, Badlands, right? Yeah. That's not too far. Stormwind Monk Farm win. Ugh. Dragon Wrath. Oh dear. There's nothing more terrifying than flying through a bunch of different zones with your mini list on, being like, wait, what's this thing? How come I don't have that? Got the World Enlarger toy pattern to drop. Tempted to sell it. Really want to learn it. Yeah, I'm team learn the first one. I like doing that. Searing Gorge has quest mog. Dark Iron treasure chests drop all kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, there's one of the archaeology mogs I don't have. It doesn't look like much, but it's a rough one to try and farm, I think. Would you learn a super rare or sell it? Oh, I would learn it. Have you seen my what's it called? Priest. I have Peplfest. I don't wear it very much because it makes me look like the lady that was washing laundry in the Friends episode where Ross and Rachel are on the date at the laundromat. But I have one. I think there's another version of that stuff and I have it. I'm not watching Severance. I don't have Apple TV Plus, and I'm kind of hesitant to get another streaming paid thing right now. My bird tired. We're almost there. I've heard really good things though. It's kind of edging its way onto my list of things that I want to watch, just because I've heard so many people talking about it. Uh-oh. This isn't right. This is the wrong... This is the wrong instance. This is not the right Oldman. There's another Oldman, right? Like, I went in the wrong door. Let's try in here. Don't mind me. Where's all the bosses go? I can't find the bosses. Think about all the other Mog that you can buy with 2 million gold. Yeah, but you can't... I mean, you can, but I can't play that game. Also... help, I'm dumb. Underneath? Underneath. Patikins, thank you for the 10-month resub. Hold on, man, this is the wrong instance. Hey, at least I noticed before I started running it. I don't even know if I could have solo farmed that one on this character. Ogre versus Trog. Okay. Yeah, this is what I was after, because I needed... Well... I mean, obviously stuff, but... What is it? Hang on a second. Am I confused? Classic? So I was in Dire Maul. I was looking at the Gordok Commons. I was looking at these Bracers of Power. Grimlock. Grimlock's Jagged Wrist Guards. Okay, gotcha. I was just farther down the list. So if we can get Grimlock to drop his Jagged Wrist Guards, then we don't need to do the Tribute Chest. Lost Dwarves are Horde only. I'd forgotten that. Yeah. I'm gonna need to use a Horde character. I guess, do I have a Horde Druid? I don't think I do, actually. Oh, no, I do. I have Petal Bloom. She can do it. I was gonna say, sounds like a good excuse for me to run another character. Level another character. Zandalari Troll Druid. Let's go. I'm surprised I don't currently have a Troll Druid. That was one of the things that I used to main every now and then back in Cataclysm. It was a Darkspear Troll Resto Druid. So it's the kind of thing that I tend to make every now and then when I get nostalgic. Hazelbro was a Night Elf. He was a male Night Elf. You know. Rest his soul. Mazia Plays, thank you for the 7-month resub. Thank you for another month, Hazel. Cannot always tune into the streams, but I love having the recordings on YouTube in the background while I work. I appreciate it. He's crumpling in the maw now. Oh, got a chest piece we needed. Yeah, we're hoping for Jagged Wrist from Grimlock. I'm just assuming that that's going to be easier to get than one individual piece from a tribute chest. I don't need anything from Sentinel. And then obviously there's very rare zone drops in here, but I think killing all the trash because I think something's going to drop would be just, I don't know, not very likely. Made a Troll Druid last year during the Pandaren thing. Yeah, I have had them in the past. Oh, got some crank fists. Breaking a lot of rules. I mean, I'm skipping for a lookalike, so I'm still working on Dire Maul. It's just, you know, if I get anything else in here at the same time, it's an accident. That's crazy. This is just an alternate way of getting the Dire Maul appearance. Oh? Way faster to farm the gold and get the zone drops in here. Yeah, unless you get, like, just really lucky. I used to do, this is another place that Flabby and I used to do loot appraiser battles. Was running Oldman trying to get ultra rares. Really is good being the one to make the rules. You can rationalize anything. Oh. There's a fact that's fun when it's about something low stakes, like a WoW stream transmog farm. Oh. Okay. Come on, Grimlock. One pair of jagged wrist guards, please. You can do it. Dun, 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 dun. Yes. Nice. May as well finish the run. You know, we're here. Listen. I'm listening. Snap out of the existential dread. It was a joke. Yeah. Listen. Every now and then, the cognitive dissonance machine just, like, glitches a little bit. And then you just gotta reboot it. And put that denial right back where it was. Arcadis can drop me Stone Slayer. You running this dungeon is how society breaks down. It's really the beginning of the end of all things. I like how the little plinth goes, bah. It's like it's taunting you. Can you believe it? I didn't get that this whole thing was an Indiana Jones reference when I did this in vanilla. Like twice. It was very out of the way. I mean, I don't think I knew that. I mean, I caught the Oldman Indiana Jones reference because that one was very, very, very not a secret. Hard to miss. But I wasn't marinated in Indiana Jones as a kid. I've seen a few of the films. Really just the staff bit in this one. Hey, there's Stone Slayer. There we go. Nice. May as well take my free stuff. Okay, so now we're going back. We need to get back out to Dire Maul. We were talking about dreamwalking there, but Barnacles doesn't have a Barnacles can't dreamwalk. He's never been to Legion. So I'm just gonna fly back to Fairless the old-fashioned way. It's right here. It's right here. I kind of don't want to level these characters because this Silithus teleport scroll is so nice. It's so nice. They're gonna break that eventually because it's too cheesy for me to just sit on it, or I'll finally level these characters for some reason or another. But like right now, oh man, I'm living. Yeah, I should probably unlock Dreamwalk and all the druids. The Moonglade teleport doing mostly the same thing has been kind of saving me though. Not wrong about that scroll. I feel bad because it's kind of cheesy. Did I get 5% of XP so far? Might level accidentally in a year or two. Okay. So we're going back in. I might need to do more Alzin. It was kind of confused about whether or not I needed more of it. Some of those greens were pretty valuable, but also I needed the item IDs, so mine. Go. Alright. And we can reset this. Moonglade does teleport you to the entrance of the instance. The main reason I flew to this one was just because I had been somewhere else. Okay, yeah, so now there is just common boss drops and then Cho Rush. So we are not doing a tribute run anymore because we're all set. It would still be an item ID to get those bracers, like a source ID, but we're not there yet. That's not my life right now. I think we got really lucky with the tribute chest, to be honest. Oh, there we go. That hand cannon was precisely what I needed from the common boss drops. So now I really just need one pair of bracers from Cho Rush, and then I'm done with Gordok. Reset instance macro? What's the command for it? I kind of want to do that. That sounds fun. /M. Find a fun icon here while I wait. This is like cheating. What's a weird one? I usually go for animals. Oh, I like the confused sheep, actually. I feel like that's good. Epic Axe has an Outland lookalike. If anyone is less lucky than you. I guess I don't need to. I guess I can just run past stuff. There's no reason for me to kill all these bosses. It feels kind of rude not to take their loot. I can also Google it. Yeah, made a whole 2 gold off of that. Oh, it's a script macro. Alright. Fine. But I like the confused sheep because, you know, he's reset the instance and now he's like, whoa, I thought we just did this. Yeah, I'm assuming you can only press it outside the instance, otherwise it would be a little silly. If I get an extra ogre suit, can I sell it? Yeah, I should be able to auction it, actually. Yeah, it would just bypass the right-click reset instances. It wouldn't. I don't think it's going to save me like years of my life or anything. This was a fun instance. It's nice and fast, huh? Short. I feel like I mean, I guess we are kind of cruising through instances because you can just spam reset them. The lack of a locket really trivializes it. I say that now. Wait until I get really stuck on something. I wonder what the Brainwash Noble respawn time is. How many times I can check on that in a day? If it's just like once a stream or... Oh, I got some Ironhide gauntlets that I didn't have the appearance of yet. With the broad overview of player housing unveiled, what are your hopes and dreams for it now. Animal Crossing, but make it World of Warcraft. I think that I'm really happy with the sounds of the basic version of it that they were talking about. Haha. We're good. We're all done. That is a blacksmithing item, so that is not going to hold us back. Yeah, I want to be able to collect a ton of furniture. I want to be able to arrange and place it. I want to really kind of choose where everything goes and not just be like, here's the chair. It goes where the chair goes. Which chair do you want? You know, I want to pick where the chair goes. Oh yeah, I don't need to reset instances. I can do it like that.
I have many wares.
Most recent post says it takes about an hour to respawn. Okay. I will keep an eye out for it. Because it sounds like we're going to be doing it a lot. It sounds like we're going to need to kill the brainwashed noble a lot. Anyone want one of these? 100 gold. You know, it's for fun. You can just wear it for fun. Have you considered making T-Mogs inspired by the raid dungeon you completed? It's kind of a fun idea. I think I thought about it at the end of Molten Core, but then we started getting them done so fast it would turn into quite a lot of gold. I think it would wash out all the gold that I'm making from vendoring stuff, just making it, like, mogging the characters a new one every time. I guess I don't have to do every time, but I could do, like, per expansion. ATT. So, yeah, it's looking like Razor Gauntlets from Alzen, which means east. Which means... This isn't east, is it? No, that's north. It's east. Yeah, I kind of thought we'd done this already, so I'm a little suspicious, but I'll run it, you know. See if we can get these to drop. Is he the last guy, or is he the almost last guy? I know he's one of the satyrs. I forget who it was. There was like an undead that we were farming in the outdoor dire mall for rares that he dropped, and he dropped one. He had 2 different rares in his loot table, and he dropped one of them like 100 times before he dropped the other one for me. He was being very stubborn. Oh wait, that's the door. That's the door. Don't mind me. Getting lost. What's after Dire Maul? I can't believe I'm almost... I mean, Dire Maul has so many wings, it seems unlikely that we're nearly done, but I think we are nearly done. Yeah, after Dire Maul, Nomergan. That's our next stop. Gnomer has some zone drops, too. We're not going to hold up for no zone drops. That means I got 2 pieces from Grubbus, 1 from Fallout. Dark-Iron Ambassadors. That's a rare that's not always present. So that's going to be our first instance of rares inside the instance that are not always present that drop Mog that I need. And he drops 2 unique appearances, so you'd have to get them from him. I'm going to have to decide how I want to handle that, because that might be a long farm. I pronounce Satyr as in the goat man, Satyr, and then satire is for satire. For, how do we define satire, actually? Use of humor, irony, exaggeration, or ridicule to expose and criticize people's stupidity or vices in the context of contemporary politics or other topical issues. Satire. Yeah, humor would have been a faster way to say that. Also, I've once again gone too far. Too far. Not paying enough attention. Turn this car around. Gyromatic Ice Maker is brutal. So we're gonna have to do... I mean... I don't need to mess with punch cards, do I, for these things? Grubbus, Grubbus is the guy that you have to, like, do waves of trash. I don't know the zone drops, though. Oh, no, again, too far. Turn around. I'm too deep in the list. Are some of these things cool looking? Oh, man, what if I need that? That's a pretty cool set of overalls. I think it looks pretty good on Barnacles. He looks about ready to start blacksmithing something. This is going to be the longest Darmalies run ever because I've gone so far past where I need to. Looks like you need those for gardening, right? The beginning of some actually kind of cool... Well, that one's not that cool. Classic Dungeon Mog is often very basic, which isn't always a problem, but... for when you need to dive into Dalaran sewers. And of course, the overalls are a... Oh, for heaven's sake. So they're BOE. They're a zone drop that drops from some of the trash in there. Mech Builder's overalls. I'm gonna Undermine exchange that. How? Mech Builder's overalls. So, the cheapest ones... Let's see. There's 3 of those up for 1.5 mil. 10 of those up. 430,000 gold for that. I'm trying to find like the cheapest price that's actually up. I think it might be 430k for a pair of them. Because they drop at different item levels, which are listed differently. Oh no, hang on. 288k for the level 89 ones. Those are probably the max level ones. 288,000 gold is the cheapest price in all realms to buy that piece of transmog, to buy these overalls. So if you see somebody on those, that's they're either very, very lucky or they know. Combined variations option, Undermine exchange. Oh, that sounds like a really good idea. Ignore varieties. Search, yeah. Good for me anyway. See, oh, well, see, now it says 450 though, and I know there's one up for 288. Maybe I did it wrong. Or maybe the 288 ones are out of stock. Still, lots of gold. A lot of gold to look like not much. I don't know. I mean, he's got a shirt on right now, so that's part of what's. That's why they don't look like much. You know, if he took his shirt off, you'd have to watch out. Because he's about to... Yeah, that's some stuff. Plus, you could combine them with any shirt that you want. I bet they would look cool with different shirts, like mogged underneath them. I need to stop looking at them. I kind of want them. And I don't want to get myself into farming those because it sounds... If they're that expensive, that's usually my tell that the farm sucks. It's like a really, really rare drop. If they're that spendy. You could just try it once, see how it goes. Yeah, we gotta get these razor gauntlets first, and then we will be a Nomergan. You know, just run the instance one time. Maybe, yeah, exactly. Maybe you get a little lucky. Green black colored bow from Wrath called the Astral Light bow. Must be super rare. Astral Light. I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, only 39 of them on NA Realms. It says lowest price is 180k. Start a Hazel's Casino arc. Yeah. The thing with ultra rare trash drops, well, yeah, I guess it's a lot more active work than a mount drop, because like a mount farm, yeah, you might get only one chance at it. In an instance, it took you like 20, 30 minutes, 40 minutes to run, whatever it is. Any luck? Nice. That was the thing I needed. I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. Let's go to Nomergan, I guess. That's crazy. Let's just go get those overalls, you know what I mean? Let's just go get them. Putting a shirt back on them. Quick run Nomergan before the luck runs out.
Victory lies ahead.
Mm-hmm.
See you around.
Have anything ancient to trade? Please? If you find anything exotic.
Nomergan. It's so handy that these are all classic dungeons. I'm gonna miss this when we start doing TBC dungeons and I don't have handy pet battle portals to just get there. At least this instance is loaded with good mog. So we don't have to get the zone drops, but man, it would be cool. I wonder if any of them are like easy or like common. But anyway, for boss loot, we need Grubus's paws. One thing. We need the left arm apparently from Thermoplug. It surprises me a little bit. Grubus is up here, yeah, so we're gonna have to do waves for him. This Dark Iron Ambassador. While we're waiting for the Grubus waves, I'm gonna wowhead that and read about him. He's not always up. So I'm gonna want to read about like where he spawns and stuff. I used to, when I was tanking dungeons and leveling a brand new tank, it would stick you in Nomergan fairly early. And I would always like bring my group here and do this, and people would be like, wow, I never saw this boss before. And it never once occurred to me that I was wasting everybody's time by doing an optional boss with like tons of super slow waves of scripted trash. I was just like, there's a boss over here. Come on! Like, it just never occurred to me that maybe I should just skip it. Hold on. Can't forget Grubus. Dark Iron Ambassador. To the credit of the pug community, I don't think anybody once flamed me for it. Shocking, I know. So this guy spawns along the north side of the tunnel leading up to Thermoplug. Also answer to one of the clues of the Lucid Nightmare secret. You were the tank. People do what you want, apparently. So those ambushers could drop some stuff, you know. Some rares. If they wanted to. Been hoping since Cata pre-patch that we get Nomergan fully back. They're giving us Gilneas and a new Nelf zone, and surely the gnomes will get some love soon, right? Any minute now. Listen, they're giving us player housing. I'm gonna build my own Nomergan. Where's my supercharger battle axe? See, now I'm curious. Now I want to like look up how valuable all these other things are. Supercharger battle axe. Those are less expensive. You could buy one for 5k if you wanted to. Let's see. Yeah, you could buy for 5k Antichondrius if you wanted to. It's about 85k on this realm. What about the Vibro Blade? Whoa, that's expensive! Well, it's expensive on Lightbringer. They're like 800k on Lightbringer. Is Grubus coming? Did I, like, not kill some trash? Do I have to talk to her again? She's working on it. It looks like you could get one vibroblade. There's a bunch of them on Area 52. You could buy it for 30k. They're normally more like a mill. That would be like a good snipe for Mog Sellers. I don't know if I would... Well, I would buy it if it looked cool. I would buy it if it looked cool. It doesn't look that cool. It is unique. It's a unique appearance. I'm thinking about buying it just because of how expensive it normally is. There's 86 of them on Innate Realms. It's 30k, it's 30k. It's not like there's only 4, you know. What about these cavern deep treasures? A lot of limbs drop as weapons here. Kind of barbaric. Yeah, you know, it's a dangerous workplace. Things happen. There's Grebus. Would you please kindly... nope. We'll have to do them again. But as long as we're doing his waves of trash, we have chances to get the loot that those trash mobs drop. Cavern Deep Treasures are extremely rare. There's only 4 copies of them on all across, like all NA has 4 copies of them. The cheapest price is 879k for those boots. And they have shared appearances. Do they have shared appearances? It says shared appearances, but then it's like... Maybe they're shared with something I'm not tracking or like I'm blocking or something. It's weird. Dang, the luck ran out. People care about item IDs. To the tune of like 800k though? Ooh. I don't know. I guess it's just that rare. Classic time walking vendor? Oh, maybe that's it. Cause it's not like they're... That's what they look like. They look like big old sakis with like mail at the top of them. Anyway. See if we can get a lead apron from Viscous Fallout. Does it look cool? No. Doesn't really look like a lead apron. I wanted to look like I was back in science class. Is there a belt called the lynch cloth? Where... I don't remember what I had open. Oh, the lead apron's just a fell scale breastplate recolor. Oh, the one you just picked up. Nope. Ivy cloth sash. Did I kill Viscous? No, here it is. Any luck? Nope, not that time. Like your nameplates? Oh, thank you. I use tidy plates, right? I think. No, plater. I use plater. I'm thinking, what is the name of my nameplate add-on? I have a command, and then the command is the name of the add-on, so I was like, hang on, it's not tidy plates, is it? I know what I use. So we have to do the whole thing anyway for Thermoplug. This Dark Iron Ambassador is going to be a problem if I decide I need this stuff, which I might. It has been a tough day. I don't think all the pistons are firing up here. I need a little reboot. Only 10:30. Too busy dreaming about buying my childhood home. It was kind of a nice dream too, because in the dream the home cost 1.3 million. I don't know about your dreams, but mine always come with very specific numerical details. It cost 1.35 mil, and I applied for a mortgage for it and got it, and I was kind of satisfied that I had been approved for that mortgage. I don't know what my plan was to pay for the mortgage, but in the dream I was like, yeah, I can get this. And then we moved in, and I was having my family visit that I'd grown up with in that house. They were coming over, but it was weird because they weren't staying because they weren't going to move back in. It was just that they were visiting because I lived there now, and I was going to decide what I was going to do with all the rooms. And then we were just going to go, like, to one of the parks that I grew up around. I was just going to go back and, like, hang out, I guess. I don't know. It was, like, weird coming home because I remember being like, it's the same, but I'm not the same. Which is true of anybody that, like, goes back to where they grew up after a long time. And you just keep having the same dream. We don't really need him with the exception of if he wants to cough up a ridiculously rare piece of transmog. That would be so funny if one of them dropped, by the way. Just because of how casually we're doing this. It would be so funny for one of the Giga Rares to drop. It could. You know, it's not likely to, but it could. So we don't need Crowd Pummeler. The north side of the tunnel that leads to here. And his name is Dark Iron Ambassador. Not targetable by the entrance. Oh, so I could make a macro that tells me whether or not he's here. But you have to come in a ways to actually check. So if he was up, then we could target him like that. But he's not always up. There's these crazy non-linear dungeons. I want to kill all the trash because it can drop those things, and I see on all the things that it can drop those things. Which makes me think that it's gonna, even though I know that's not how this works. Green belt in your top bag. Ivy cloth sash of the quick blade. Got a couple of them, actually. Fun story, if you got a Giga Rare to drop, I've seen people cry getting these drops. I don't know what would happen in WoW anymore to make me cry. It's not that I'm out of touch with my feelings. I feel like they're just... This is kind of fun. I don't know. WoW feels like a fun low-stakes place. It's not really like a tier-heavy playground for me. Thermoplug's left arm. He did kind of cry for midnight. Yeah. Listen. That was... Didn't midnight drop, like, literally in the middle of the night? like it's too perfect. You can't help it. It was sleep-deprived. Long stream. Oh. I got a boot mug. Similar dreams. Missed my childhood home. Kind of felt like I was haunting it. Been remodeled over the years, and seeing some photos helped me stop having the dreams. Yeah. I don't think I mean, I don't know what's become of it. And unless it was set back really far from the road, so there's no way for me to creep on it, short of actual stalking. Like, I can go on Google Maps and I can see the driveway, but it's just like the entrance of the driveway. Trying the extra boss in here. No, I don't think I need to. I'm hoping that the Dark Iron Ambassador is up, because I need some stuff from him, but if he's not up, then he's not up. Didn't midnight drop in your last character of the week and it was New Year's? I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I think it was fairly close to midnight as well. Like actual, like, clock midnight. Oh, you can't vendor Happy Fun Rocks? You have to destroy them? I hate fun. I was able to talk to the lady who owns my old home on Facebook, and she showed me pictures of it now. Oh, crazy. Alright, back at it again. We gotta do Grubbus. We gotta keep doing Grubbus until he coughs up his protective pail, which is a helmet, and his paws, which are plate gloves. We no longer need to like finish. I mean, more trash is good, but I really shouldn't hold up on Nomergan super rares. It's just not not the game that I'm playing right now. We're taking his paws. I mean, why are his paws made of plate? You could. I could. I think that would be a great way to slowly lose my mind on camera, though. I don't know many things in life, but I know better than to underestimate farming super rares. Park your character here. Just do like a daily ritual run, just one per day, forever. Yeah, I would like Google Street View creep on an old house that I lived in. If it was visible from the street, because you can do that for any place ever. But I don't think I would ask to see inside. That's just me though. Bare Naked Ladies has a song about that feeling. It's the old apartment. I don't need this convenient crate. I wish I could post things in the auction house and vendor things while waiting for this. You don't look like you would rob them if you asked. That's the thing, is not everybody... I mean, not that I do crime, but not everybody who does crime looks like they might do crime. I have not seen that show. Myself? I'm sure I do the average amount of crime if we're including things like jaywalking and whatever. You know, sometimes there's just not a crosswalk. If you were to do crime, not looking like you do crime probably helps. Awkward, but cool to see the childhood memory wasn't wrong. Would you give somebody, if you were a homeowner and somebody came up to you and said, hey, we used to live here, can we see it again? Can we have a walkthrough of it? Is that the kind of thing you guys would do? I feel like I would feel bad, but I would not. I would not let somebody I didn't know into the home. Even if I remembered selling it to them and I knew they had used to live there, that would be like a big no. Not at all, yeah. Wouldn't either unless I knew them personally. Mm-hmm. I just need to... I mean, I thought I'd let go of that house, but I guess subconsciously I haven't. I wonder if those dreams will stop when I move. I know I'm just waiting for my house, or apartment, or whatever it's going to be. The one that I'm paying a mortgage on. Depends on how recently I cleaned. Am I not the only one that does the panic clean at the last minute if I know I have company coming over? You'd think that it wouldn't be the last minute, because normally I don't have company coming over on short notice, so I'll know for like all week that like my mom's gonna stop by on X day at X time. But then like an hour before I'm like, ah, geez, I gotta vacuum. Despite the fact that my mother has not once ever said a word about the state of cleanliness of my home. And she wouldn't either. She's very nice. My mother is very chill. But like, that doesn't matter. You know, if someone's coming over, you kind of look around the place and go, ah, geez, how do other people live? I don't know. Wipe up a little bit. I got the paws. I just need the protective pail now. Someone came up to my house and said, "Sorry to bother you. Grew up in this house. Moved out when I was still a kid. Could I take a look?" I would probably let them. Make a point of tidying up. Make sure things are nice as a project before the visit. You don't have to clean for us. Yeah. Yeah, people say that. And I go, yeah, I know. I don't have to. I will. It is nice to know that you don't have to, though, just in case you genuinely do run out of time. That, you know, no one's disowning you over the state of the floors, which is good because the floors get pretty appalling. Having a dog will do that, or at least my dog. We track a lot of dirt in, and then we shed. I say we to make him feel less targeted and attacked by this. Not that you can hear me. He's asleep in the other room, and also he's a dog. I'm going this way. 4 dots. You can see your floors? Oh, yeah. I wouldn't be thrilled about having somebody like that as a guest in my home. I don't think I would cut somebody out over it, but I might stop inviting them over. I feel like someone who has an online presence, letting other people in your home would be weird. Even if they did live there, why take the chance? Oh yeah, for me, I would never do it. I don't even like answering the door when someone's delivering something. I mean, not that I did before, but now I have an excuse. It's okay to admit that you're the shitter. I wasn't for a while, although I'm gonna be again if my hair gets long. But maybe if I get this. I don't know what to do. Well. Okay. We just, for clarity, if you're listening to the VOD and you're like, why did she go quiet? We got a super rare to drop in Nomergan. The Vibroblade just dropped. That is something that people spend a great deal of time running. That is the one, I will say, that is the MOG that is available for 30k on, what realm was it? Area 52. There's a bunch of them, so they've been bid down there. There's 7 of them on Area 52, so they're 30k each. But generally speaking, average price for this seems to be about 800k to $1 million. Also, I am learning it. Done. I can't believe that. My brain's fracturing about that. This is our second run of the day. We're just kind of casually sweeping through. I don't even have all the boss loot. We don't even have all the boss loot from this place. Now I kind of have to kill more trash. I got a Vibroblade. There's a sentence that you want associated with your name forever. We got a Vibroblade. It just dropped. That's silly. Congrats. Happy for you. Nice. You okay, man? What does it look like? It looks like... I mean, it's not that exciting to look at. It looks like this. That's the one. Wow, shiny. Oh. Do I need to do... I mean, if I wanted the overalls, I would kill more sentries. Now I think it's possible. Although, you know, could lightning strike twice? I guess technically. That's the last time you'll ever see it. Not what I expected it to look like. There are transmogs that are coming up in Undermine that would more accurately fit the term vibroblade. There's a lot of mechanized, motorized kind of mogs coming up. 437k on Illidan. Yeah, the model doesn't actually vibrate. Pity. Yeah, those are pretty rare. Those are pretty darn rare. Just get the zone drops. Just get him, you know? Just farm him. Vibrating chainsaw blade from Ulduar, that's pretty cool. Listen, I'm telling you, just wait for the Undermine quest mogs. And like the zones and the greens and stuff. They're so good. They're so good. The sets are great, but the weapons are amazing. The more I think about it, more it sounds like an electric turkey carver. Man, I meme on electric bread knives, but like, whenever I bake bread and I'm sawing at it with a real bread knife, boy, do I make a mess of it. Cyberblade is one where I actually recognize the name. Didn't have fancy weapon animations in 04, but someone at Blizz played Cyberpunk and wanted to use the name. Well, it's mine now. No luck on the Dark Iron Ambassador yet. I'm gonna run down and then I'm gonna run back up to clear the trash. Father-in-law is one of those electric knives and it drives everyone insane at the holidays. The noise is horrible. You know what you need actually is at the bakery when you buy a loaf of bread, you can have them slice it for you and they stick it into a bread slicer that I'm pretty sure slices the entire thing all at once. It's like, you know, 10 of those knives like welded together or something like that. That must be an expensive contraption, but that would be the dream. Yeah, I guess I guess with fresh bread though, it really won't stay fresh very long once you've sliced it like that, but if you're gonna eat the whole loaf within a day or two anyway. I just want that but for my homemade bread. They do slice all at once. When I say electric bread slicer, I mean an electric knife. Yeah, they tend to have two... It's basically like a bread knife with two blades that alternate so they shear against each other. Alright. Am I finishing the instance? I don't think I actually need to. I don't think the boss is going to give me anything. I guess I'll kill him and find out. Go mouse over him. Oh, so the Dark Iron Leather that drops from the Dark Iron Ambassador, the boss wasn't up, but it's also a zone drop and I got it. So I can just learn it. There we go. Job done. I still need the Emissary Cuffs, which appear to only be from that guy. And also... Oh, spawn on the floor. Yeah. You know, but the leather's done. What's a Dark Iron Leather look like? No, not that exciting. Does it leave less crumbs? Yeah, I don't know. I make a lot of crumbs when I slice bread. Okay, so yeah, he's just valuable as a mob for the chance of the Cavern Deep treasures. I can't believe I got the Vibro Blade. I have a bagel guillotine. It's the best invention. Partner was like, we don't need that. And guess who hasn't got a bagel normally since? The real question is, can you stop now? I mean, I need more boss loot. Oh, it's noon though. I gotta go. I was like, wait, I'm not done farming Nomergan. Oh, stream's over. That's right. Why do I kind of want to keep this? I kind of want to stick it in his bank for nostalgia. That's funny. A little more mog. Also, I must have accidentally put on the Dark Iron Leather, which we did not need to do. What do you mean? I'm not finished. We gotta get the rest of the super rares from Nomergan.
Good fortune to our friend.
I guess if I wanted to, I could put it in my war bank, actually. Man, so tomorrow's Friday. Back for a Friday morning stream. I'm just going to stick that in there as just a point of pride, I suppose. I could keep going, but I really can't. I have a really quite exciting to-do list with the patch coming up and everything, so I got to get to it. Thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate the company, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.